The Amazon rainforest covers 2.7 million square miles. It produces 21% of the world's oxygen. It is home to more than 30 million species of insects alone. And if you were dropped into it right now with nothing, no knife, no map, no satellite phone, something in there would kill you. The question is not if. The question is what gets to you first. Today, we are ranking the 10 most dangerous animals in the Amazon by one metric and one metric only: realistic kill probability. Not which animal is the most venomous in a laboratory. Not which one looks the most terrifying in a documentary. Which one would end your survival story, based on how you would genuinely encounter it, what it would do to you, and what your honest chances of walking away would be. We are giving each animal a kill probability score out of 10. By the time we get to number 1, you are going to realize that the animal you were most afraid of coming into this video is probably not the one that gets you. Let's get into it. Number 10. Green Anaconda. Kill probability 3 out of 10. The green anaconda is the heaviest snake on Earth. Some individuals exceed 500 pounds and stretch beyond 17 feet. It lives in the shallow rivers, swamps, and flooded grasslands of the Amazon basin, and it hunts using one of the most efficient killing mechanisms in the animal kingdom: constriction. It does not chase you. It does not stalk you through the undergrowth. It waits, completely still, partially submerged, looking exactly like a waterlogged branch or a cluster of debris at the river's edge. You would not see it until you stepped on it. And the moment you do, it moves fast, faster than something that size has any right to move. It wraps, and then it waits again, because it does not need to do anything else. Every time you exhale, it tightens slightly. After a few cycles, you try to breathe back in. Your ribs will not move. Your heart stops within minutes. So why does the most famous predator in the Amazon only score a 3 out of 10? Because anacondas are ambush predators that prefer prey they can reliably subdue. A fully grown adult human is not their preferred target. Documented fatal attacks on humans exist, but they are genuinely rare. The realistic scenario is that you stumble into one near water, it reacts defensively, and the encounter ends badly. But if you are moving carefully, staying away from the water's edge, and paying attention, the anaconda is a threat you can realistically avoid. The key word there is carefully. Nobody moves carefully in the Amazon for very long. Number 9. Black Caiman. Kill probability 4 out of 10. If the anaconda is the ambush predator of the water's surface, the black caiman is the ambush predator of everything near it. The largest predator in the entire Amazon ecosystem. Males regularly reach 20 feet in length and approach 1,300 pounds of armored, cold-blooded patients. The black caiman hunts at night. Its dark skin makes it essentially invisible in the black water of the Amazon after dark. Its hearing is exceptional. Its night vision is excellent. And its preferred hunting method is to wait motionless at the water's edge until something comes close enough, then explode out of the water with a bite that nothing escapes from. Between 2008 and 2013, black caimans attacked 43 people in documented incidents. Less than 1/5 of those attacks were fatal, which sounds reassuring until you consider that those are only the documented ones. The reason it scores a 4 rather than higher is the same reason as the anaconda. It is a first strike predator. If the first strike does not connect cleanly, it typically waits for easier prey. The problem is that in the dark, near water, in the Amazon, you will not know the first strike is coming until it has already happened. Number 8. Piranha. Kill probability 4 out of 10. Here is where we start dismantling some mythology. The piranha, specifically the red-bellied piranha, is not the relentless human hunting machine that decades of horror movies have suggested. There are over 60 species of piranha in the Amazon, and most of them are scavengers. The red-bellied piranha is the one with the reputation and the teeth to back it up, hunting in groups of over 100, with the sharpest teeth and most powerful jaws of any piranha species. A school of red-bellied piranhas can strip large prey to bone with extraordinary efficiency. The reality of piranha attacks on humans is more nuanced. They attack when provoked, when starving during dry season, when food is scarce, or when blood is already in the water. The real danger is not a dramatic feeding frenzy, it is the bleeding. A piranha bite is clean and deep. In murky river water, moving fast, you might not feel the full extent of what is happening until you have already lost a dangerous amount of blood. A 4 out of 10 because the encounter requires specific conditions, you in their water, during dry season, with blood present. Remove any one of those conditions and the piranha largely ignores you. Keep all 3 and the movie version starts looking less exaggerated. Number 7. Fer De Lance Snake. Kill probability, 5 out of 10. Now we are getting into genuinely serious territory. The Fer De Lance is responsible for more snakebite deaths in South America than any other species. It is not the most venomous snake in the Amazon. It is the deadliest, and those are two very different things. What makes the Fer De Lance so dangerous is not the potency of its venom in isolation. It is the combination of factors that make an encounter almost impossible to avoid and almost impossible to survive without immediate medical treatment. It lies completely flat between dead leaves on the forest floor. The camouflage is so effective that experienced guides with decades in the jungle have nearly stepped on them. It strikes faster than the human nervous system can react, meaning by the time your brain registers the movement, the bite has already happened. The venom is hemotoxic. It begins breaking down tissue and destroying blood's ability to clot at the bite site immediately. Without treatment, that process spreads. The reason it does not score higher is that the Fer De Lance is not aggressive in the way a territorial mammal is aggressive. It strikes defensively when stepped on or cornered. The problem is that in the Amazon, the leaf litter is everywhere, the light is low, and you are going to be watching the canopy for other threats. You will not be watching the ground carefully enough. Nobody does. Number 6. Electric eel. Kill probability, 6 out of 10. Technically not an eel at all. The electric eel is a knife fish. But whatever you call it, the biology is extraordinary and the danger is real. The electric eel can generate up to 860 volts of electricity. That is 6 times the output of a standard wall socket. It delivers multiple shocks in rapid sequence when threatened. Not a single discharge, but a sustained series of pulses that can stop a human heart. It lives in the shallow, murky water at the river's edge, the exact water you would be wading through to cross a river, to collect water, or simply to navigate the Amazon's constantly flooded terrain. Here is what makes it particularly dangerous. It senses you before you sense it. The electric eel detects the natural electrical signals that every living body produces. It knows you are there before you have any idea it exists. Fatal attacks on humans are not common, but they are documented. The more realistic danger is a severe shock that causes temporary paralysis, leaving you face down in shallow water. You do not drown from the shock. You drown from the paralysis that follows it. A 6 out of 10 because the encounter is genuinely difficult to avoid, and the consequences of getting it wrong are immediate and severe. Number 5. Brazilian wandering spider. Kill probability, 7 out of 10. The Guinness World Record holder for the world's most venomous spider. The Brazilian wandering spider carries a neurotoxic venom more than 20 times more potent than a black widow. Its name in Greek, phonutria, literally translates to murderous, and it earns that name not just through its venom, but through its behavior. It does not build a web. It walks. Every night it moves across the forest floor hunting, covering significant ground, going wherever the prey is. During the day it hides in dark, sheltered spots, under rocks, inside hollow logs, beneath leaf piles, inside the kind of debris that looks like ideal shelter material when you are trying to build somewhere to sleep. The bite causes pain that builds over hours rather than hitting immediately, which means you might not realize what happened until the venom is already well into your system. Vision blurs. Muscles stop responding to instructions. In serious cases, it causes respiratory paralysis and cardiac arrest. Before 1996, there was no antivenom. You are in the Amazon. The nearest hospital is days away. A 7 out of 10 because the encounter is not a matter of bad luck. It is a matter of when. The spider is everywhere on the forest floor. You are going to be on the forest floor. The only question is whether you see it first. Number 4. Jaguar. Kill probability, 7 out of 10. Everything about the jaguar as a predator is designed to give you no warning and no options. It does not stalk in the way lions stalk, circling, visible, giving prey time to react. It drops, silently, vertically, from a branch directly above its target. The attack is over before the brain processes that it has started. The jaguar has the strongest bite of any big cat in the Americas. Powerful enough to pierce turtle shells, powerful enough to crush a human skull with a single bite. There are 173,000 jaguars in the Amazon. They can detect your scent from a kilometer away. They are most active at dawn and dusk, the exact times when light is lowest and your visibility is worst. The reason the jaguar scores a 7 rather than higher is that jaguar attacks on humans, while documented, are not common. Jaguars are apex predators with a wide prey base. They do not need to take the risk of hunting something as unpredictable as a human when deer, capybara, and caiman are available. But a jaguar that is hungry, cornered, or has identified you as the easiest available prey is a completely different situation. And in the Amazon, alone, disoriented, moving slowly because of everything else on this list that has already happened to you, you start looking like the easiest available prey very quickly. Number 3. Bullet ant. Kill. Probability 7 out of 10. The bullet ant does not kill you directly. That is important to understand going into this. The bullet ant sting is not lethal in the way a venomous snake or spider is lethal. What it does is something arguably worse. It incapacitates you completely for 24 hours, in an environment where being incapacitated for 24 hours is a death sentence. The Schmidt Pain Index, the scientific scale used to measure insect sting pain, ranks the bullet ant at the absolute top. The official description from researchers who study this professionally is pure, intense, brilliant pain, like walking on burning coals with a nail through your heel. That pain lasts 24 hours. Nothing reduces it. Nothing takes the edge off. No painkiller you could find in the jungle touches it. Indigenous tribes in the Amazon use bullet ant stings as a coming-of-age ritual. Young men wear gloves lined with live ants for 10 minutes, 20 times total, to prove readiness for adulthood. You stepped on a nest by accident and got stung 4 times. You cannot walk properly. You cannot focus. You cannot make good decisions. And in the Amazon, the inability to make good decisions for 24 hours is how everything else on this list gets its opportunity. The bullet ant scores a 7, not because it kills you itself, but because it opens the door for everything that does. Number 2. Mosquito. Kill. Probability 9 out of 10. Everything up to this point has been dramatic, visible, the kind of threat your brain is wired to recognize and respond to. The mosquito is none of those things. It is 3 millimeters long. It makes a sound you can hear from 6 inches away. It has killed more humans throughout history than every other animal on this list combined, multiplied by 1,000. The Amazon mosquito carries malaria, specifically the Plasmodium falciparum strain, the most lethal form of the disease. It enters your red blood cells, multiplies inside them until they burst, then moves to the next ones. Your immune system responds so aggressively that your brain begins to swell from the inflammation alone. Seizures follow, then coma. Without treatment, this specific strain kills within 24 hours of serious symptoms appearing. The same mosquito also carries dengue fever, nicknamed breakbone fever, because every joint and muscle in your body hurts so completely and so constantly that it feels like your bones are fracturing. There is no treatment for dengue. You lie there in total pain and wait, and hope your blood vessels do not start leaking internally, which in severe cases they do. One mosquito, one bite. You will not feel it land. You will not feel it feed. You will not know it happened until 5 days later when the headache starts. And by then you are already days away from the nearest treatment. A 9 out of 10 because in the Amazon, avoiding mosquito bites entirely is not realistic. You will be bitten. The question is only whether the mosquito that bites you is carrying something. Number 1. Disorientation and getting lost. Kill probability 10 out of 10. You survived the Anaconda. You crossed the river without stepping on anything. The Jaguar decided you were not worth the effort. The spider was 6 inches to your left and you never knew it. You are still here. And now it is getting dark. The canopy above you, 40 meters of layered vegetation, blocks the stars completely. You cannot navigate by the sun because you cannot see the sun. Every direction through the trees looks identical to every other direction. The jungle absorbs sound so completely that shouting for help carries approximately 50 meters before disappearing entirely. You think you know which way the river is. You start walking. You are wrong. In this heat, your body burns through water reserves twice as fast as normal. You have roughly 48 hours before dehydration begins affecting your cognitive function. And here is the part that makes this the #1 killer in the Amazon. The first thing dehydration and heat exhaustion take from you is your ability to recognize that something is wrong. Your judgment goes before your body does. You start making decisions that feel completely rational and are completely catastrophic. Search and rescue teams operating in the Amazon follow a rule that sounds almost impossible. For every day someone is missing, the search area roughly doubles in size. People have been found dead in the Amazon less than 20 kilometers from a village. Some people have not been found at all. Every dramatic animal on this list requires a specific encounter, a specific set of circumstances, a specific moment of bad luck. Getting lost just requires nightfall, a 10 out of 10 because it is not a question of if. In the Amazon, alone, without navigation tools, it is only a question of how long before the forest swallows you completely, and the forest is very, very patient. 10 animals, 1 rainforest, and the uncomfortable truth that the thing most likely to kill you in the Amazon is not the jaguar dropping from a branch or the anaconda in the shallows or the spider under your sleeping spot. It is 3 wrong turns after dark. The Amazon does not need its most dramatic weapons to finish you. It just needs time, and it has plenty of that. If you want to know more about any of these animals, drop it in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.